Hello everybody, this is Zerda with Zerda MTG and I'm back again today with another testing video. We're running back a big flash in Historic and I haven't really made any changes. Not sure what I would change at this point. I've given some thought to Blacklands Paragon, but I think that'd be more of a sideboard card against aggressive decks, just to kind of use as a removal spell that gains us life. So against mono red, we might want to, for instance, take out Heartless Axe, because they can't hit Steamkin, but Blacklands Paragon can, and in doing so it would also gain us 3 life. Doesn't really line up well against all of their threats, can also be removed, so it's kind of iffy, but I think I'd like to try it out. I'd like it over Shark Typhoon for sure. Maybe over some of the Sailors or Mystical Disputes in that matchup. But for now, this is going to stay a best of 1 deck. I'm still trying to get my legs in the meta and see exactly where we want to land. So without further ado, let's jump into some games. Historic Ranked. Big Flash. Alright. I think I definitely want more counter magic in the board. We are kind of light. Against an Umori deck? Mystical Dispute could be good later. We have some interaction. We have a Slitherwisp and almost can cast it. I'll keep this, especially on the play. Lead on Island. Probably play a turn 1 Spectral Sailor. Yeah, not entirely sure what we're looking for yet, so Spectral Sailor it is. Just in case I draw the black source for Slitherwisp and want to deploy it next turn, I'll show my hand. Let them know, hey, I have access to black mana. Vanguard is fine. We're going to be efficient here. So instead of opting, we will use our Brazen Borrower. There's a chance that we just Mystical Dispute, yeah, basically anything, especially the Odonto, who we cannot answer outside of countering it. Excellent. I don't like losing the life in what appears to be an aggressive matchup, but I also think getting that Slitherwisp down is going to be huge. Yeah, Fauna Shaman can definitely resolve. They're keeping up Stomp, which is a concern. It means there's a chance that our Slitherwisp doesn't live to see its card advantage. Yep, I think they have it. Weird that they, oh yeah, no, I'm definitely supposed to lose priority there. Do I want the Merfolk Trickster? I think I want something better than that. That's definitely better. Nice. I'm going to go ahead and kill Fauna Shaman. It's just kind of a problem creature and I don't want to have to deal with the things it can do. No, we are actually doing a decent amount of damage here. We haven't done all of that damage to our opponent's life total, but we've done at least some of it. So I'm not going to deploy the Trickster here as much as I kind of want to. Trickster's better next turn, and it's even better than that after a Slitherwisp, so I'm going to try and, excellent, do exactly this. Deploy Slitherwisp, stop on the upkeep. I'll attack. And turn. On their upkeep, I'm going to make sure that they don't get the cost reduction this turn. So now they have to pay full price for their spells. Oof. Flyer. I don't want to see that. Deploying an island. How many cards in their grave? 2. This takes 3. So few. Alright, so I'm going to want to draw some cards. And I think I'd still rather have it on a flyer. Well, negate doesn't really do anything. And they don't know that, though? Yeah, I'll just pass here. Oof. Alright, Winota can be a nightmare, but it doesn't have to be. Let's see. Damage doubler and indestructible. Another Winota. This one attacking. Alright. I'll deploy my Slitherwisp. And declare my blocks as eat the flyer. I'll trade with the flyer. Actually, let's see. All damage is going to be doubled. 16. Yeah, I've got to block basically everything I can. So 12, 24. Yeah, no, can't let that happen to me. Or is it wrong? Do I need to trade off my Slitherwisp and hope to draw it well? I don't think I have a catch-up mechanism, so if I Slitherwisp, because I'll be basically tapped out, and I have to block everything here. Or do I have to block that? So without that, that's 10, 20. Phew. Yeah, gotta block everything I can. Can't afford to leave any of my creatures around, sadly. Other than the most important one. And I suppose I could pop off from here, it's just not very likely. Not winning if they do anything. For shame. Well, let's see if we can pop off here. Pretty sure there's no way now. Oh, time to concede. Oh, why concede when you can do the last bits of damage yourself, huh? Well, at least I didn't drop. Alright. Jumping right back in. See what this round has for us. I don't think the Umori all creature decks are very good matchups to a deck that really wants to negate and tempo. Keep a few threats, not all the threats off the board. On the draw, but I've got a Brineborn double Brazen and a pretty tempo heavy hand. I like this. I'll keep. Lead on Watergrave. Uh-oh. Turn 1 Forest is never a good sign. Although Grazer is a much, much better sign than what else it could have been. So's the lack of Nomori. Don't get me wrong, still not good. I would just rather see this than an Elf. Because Elf goes in different decks. More aggressive decks, like Winota. Whereas here, I feel safe leading on Grindborn into Slitherwisp. And again, maybe this is an Ulamog deck. How aggressive do I need to be in that kind of a matchup? So I've seen a few posts of those going around. Ooh, I see what's happening to me. Alright, I don't mind.
I would like to test a new hypothesis with you.
Nexus. Weird they're playing Omen. Do they need the ramp? Oh, is this the Flood of Tears Omniscience deck? That's pretty cool if it is. Makes a lot of sense too. Flood of Tears Omniscience Tameo is infinite Flood of Tears. I'll 100% be deploying the Slitherwisp this turn. There's a chance it fails, but
my notes helpful.
well, I suppose depends on if they flood. Oh good, they didn't hit. Kind of scared they didn't name the same thing, but I guess they're getting close to just casting Omniscience. But then they still need the Flood of Tears to recur their Tameo. Yep, arrow's fine. I'll Brazen Borrower it right on back. I suppose the alternative is I could Brazen Bounce Sea Dasher onto, but no, that doesn't get me as far ahead. It grows the Brindborn further, but that's not as important as actually pulling further ahead here. Bounce. No matter what, I can't kill the Tameo. Can't kill them either. Let's make them throw away their dude.
Stop interrupting me.
I'm okay with Tameo if she pluses and can't get back the flood this turn.
To the library.
I'll be using Merfolk Trickster to deal with any potential problems. Mostly Uro. Put another body on board. Brazen Bounce the Arboreal. Kill the Tameo. It's not the way I'd like to use my interaction, but I want to get the Trickster down. I guess I could still just Trickster the Arboreal and then on my turn Brazen Bounce the Uro. Yeah, there's no problem with that. I was just thinking of deal with the Uro first. I was wrong to think of it that way, I suppose, to how am I fully going to deploy what I have. Brazen Borrower. Bounce. Answer Tameo. Start to work on their life total. It's kind of scary that I somehow still haven't managed to find a counterspell here. Or just a removal spell so that I don't have to let them keep drawing the burrow. And I think here I'm going to be going Spectral Sailor Sea Dasher onto it, just to get the most bang for my buck. It also feels like it should be a Yorion deck to me. Note that had they cast a Flood of Tears, I 100% would have Spectral Sailored, just looking to see if I can find a negate. Well, that's annoying. With 2, then maybe I'd rather just Brazen. Does draw me 1 less card this turn, though. And you know what, if they want to block this, I'm fine with that. Excellent. Even okay if they block the Sea Dasher. We're doing a considerable amount of damage there. And here we get Brazen Plus. Alright, Flood of Tears. It's going to put in Omniscience. So now I've got to choose if I want to play around being able to potentially do something after this Flood, but I think they're putting in an Omni and they're going to have it. So I think I'm just going to cycle Shark Typhoon for no value, looking for negate, or Mystical Dispute. Didn't find it. That resolves. Nothing more I can do. Yep, there's Omniscience. And I'm pretty sure they have the, yep, here's the combo. So the way it works, they target Flood of Tears, they put down all of their spells, they recur. I'm just gonna see what the win condition is.
The storied past holds our future.
Because they do still need to win. They can, however, draw their deck. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the Jace, which is a better win condition in this deck than the Thassa's not Thassa's Oracle. Is it? Yeah, Thassa's Oracle. Just because he's actually useful outside of the combo. I suppose the other one's useful as a blocker, but I don't know. I think I prefer Jace in this specific deck. Yeah, but we drew all these cards, couldn't find a negate. Yep, there we go. And they just get to bounce everything again, including their Tameo, buy back the Flood, buy back the Jace, keep using Jace every time. I actually really like that deck. I think I might want it to be another color. Include something like Teferi 3, some board wipes from white. But that's about it. On the play with this against Luris. Yeah. Good to use Opt and Brazen Bounces. Double Swamp isn't the end of the world. Not being able to deploy Merfolk Trickster till later is somewhat annoying, but not horrible, honestly. And what are they playing? Gingerbrute. I can find better than Spectral Sailor. For instance, that island. Or the Brandborn. No, Steel Overseer's fine. Yeah, I think I'm gonna Trickster here, just to eat their creature. Tap land. I'd rather hit their Overseer at the end of their turn, but if they deploy anything that I actually care about them growing, not that. So I'll Brindborn. I'll let them get that. I can just bounce both creatures later. Next turn, for instance. Ooh, Chamber Sentry, I actually might. No. Just means that I let them grow the Serpent, but not the Chamber. Guess I can't attack here because of that, though. That is a little unfortunate. Stopping their upkeep. No attacks. End turn. You get 2 activations. Not the best. Could be a lot worse. They're only doing X equals 1. And so I will return their Stone Coil. This is obviously a matchup where Heartless Act is quite bad, although I wouldn't mind drawing it next turn to kill the Chamber Sentry, because it would remove enough counters to just permanently deal with that one. Well, at least until Luris comes down. Slitherwisp could have definitely come in earlier. For now, I might just try and Slitherwisp. Ho ho. Alright. That's kinda scary. Kinda hope he just swings out. Or she. You're really making me test what I just said there by growing that thing. I think I'd just deploy Slitherwisp. And plan on... Now he has 2 land, or they have 2 lands for the Chamber Sentry, which will shoot down the Slitherwisp. So I guess I Brazen here, and on my turn I can Slitherwisp plus, because I still do need to pump out threats. That thing tramples. Alright. Suppose I should have Slitherwisp. I guess I don't have the mana to do both anyway. So, hit them. Fine by me. Nothing else I can do here. Which is a real shame. Suppose I also should have done that on their turn, but it doesn't make much difference. I think we're just dead. I could have just grown the Brineborn by 2. Put it out of range of the Chamber Sentry if they opt to do something other than shoot me for 4. I don't think they realize how that worked. They floated the mana, but ho, there we go. Yeah, this is very much over. End of turn. That's a concern. That has reach. No attacks. Yeah, I'll pay them mutate, because even if they... Just worried about losing my Slitherwisp here. Which I think is gonna happen. It's fine. I'm gonna go digging. X equals 0 would... Yeah, I guess it'll be for X equals 0. Just gives me the best chance of continuing to pop off. I can't get him dead here. Sea Dasher over. I think that was my best bet, trying to continue drawing cards with Slitherwisp as soon as I could. Which is unfortunate, because I do want to grow the Sea Dasher to compete with the Stone Coil Serpent, but I really don't think that's a viable plan anymore. Alright. And how do you swing? Keep giving me turns. Attack? There's no way that's right. I really don't think there is a way out of this. Opponent's just kind of toying with us. Think out of fear more than anything. Because something could, I suppose, go wrong still. So I'll kill the Luris. Deploy the Sea Dasher. Still have nowhere near what I need to actually deal with this situation. Nurse has no counters. It's fine. Yes, you may draw another card. I think holding the Sea Dasher does more for me. Because if I draw Slitherwisp, it's better. Should have waited, but I'm impatient in losing. And save it. Waiting for my opponent to just actually swing with everything. Now that I'm actually dead no matter what they do. All they have to do is swing with the stone coil. I really don't get this hesitation. Maybe they're just completing daily quests. See if they let us hit them. There we go. And now we can proceed. What's that little 7? Oh, the number for... Okay. So, second loss. Obviously off to a worse start than we were yesterday. But that is bound to happen. We were running pretty hot earlier. It's only a paper blood moon. If only there were blood moon. Not really. Not with these mana bases. Let's see. Opt, Sea Dasher, Slitherwisp, Heartless. No, I don't think double opt is enough. I think if one of these was a Spectral, I'd be tempted. Because then I could go turn 1 Island Spectral. But that's also on the play. On the draw, this is... Actually, on the draw, I almost like it. But with no interaction outside Heartless Act, no. I'm gonna mull that. Right, that's keep. Goodbye Trickster, I suppose. Lead on Watery Grave into Brandborn. Fervent Champion. Ho ho! Maybe it's best not to Brandborn until I can save it. Or to use it as a... No, I think I'll Brandborn. Embercleave. I stand corrected. I think I will stop the Embercleave. I wish I could do something a little fancier, but I think I'll just be happy with that. So here I could go Brandborn plus Spectral. And I kinda like that. It's only 3 damage. I won't force the issue. And try and block. Still in a good spot here. We get to run back the same play, but slightly better next turn. We keep drawing Sea Dashers, yikes. Also note, this is now a problem. So I guess we're just trading off here. I would actually like to trade. With the most relevant card. Sea Dasher will trade with the Firebrand. We're actually starting to have problems now. Could really use some removal. Wish I'd kept the Trickster. So that's 6 damage actually. Am I just dead? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Well, if they play this right. Yep. Dang. Back down to Platinum 2. Suppose that's where I'm stagnating for now. Yeah, well. No real worries there. Still think the deck is good, I'm just running into a few problem matchups. Or not even problem matchups, but problem hands maybe. Be a better way to put it. The play against Numori deck. Yeah. Island, and I think I'll save my 1-drops for a turn with Brineborn in play. So that I can grow it up as big as possible, as quickly as possible. Might also want it on turn 1. I do want to find another land. So that could be a reason to opt. I don't think. Just because I want to go Brineborn into Mystical, but could be that I don't even want to counter what their turn 3 spell is, so I think I'd rather save the opt as a 1/1 counter. Let's check real quick if I disconnected. Nope. Island pass. I also kind of like deploying the Spectral Sailor, which is a little bit more damage early than if I save it for the Brineborn, but could also be the difference between Brineborn being able to attack and not. So I'll save it. So the Wisp is going to be a late game card then. Not bad. So Sailor plus Trickster probably, unless I have to counter something. I don't want to counter their Phoenix. fine by me. Does make me kind of want to save the Trickster, though. Guess I'll lead on Opt and see if there's anything. Well, that says deploy Trickster to me. Alright, so now we have Mystical Dispute plus Spectral Sailor up. And we'll definitely be casting that Mystical Dispute. I think I kind of just want to 9 them. Because it sets me up pretty well for my next turn. Now that my opponent can't really do anything. Back to Plat 1. Well, we're gonna keep on jumping in. Opponent goes first. They're in a Mori deck. Means 90% most likely this negate is dead. So as beautiful as this hand looks, which it really didn't, I'm gonna mull it. Trickster, Borrower, Dispute. Gotta get rid of the Slitherwisp, sadly. So this is a little bit more of what I told you yesterday in the deck tech about the Slitherwisp not always being castable and why we don't necessarily want 4. But as you saw in the last game, just because you can't always cast it doesn't mean that it's going to cause you to lose the games you can. And as you've seen many times before, the Slitherwisp can absolutely take over a game. I think it's definitely worth playing it, especially because we're going to be playing black anyway. I'm just not sure about the 4th. Hopefully I don't have to dispute anything here. Alright, let's put a stop in their main. Trickster, their war boss, so it won't have its ability. Remove the stop. They don't get a token. Haha. Kinda just want a Sea Dasher, but I also kind of... I think I'm just gonna... let them get the token. Plan to block it. If they would Noda, we stop that. That's fine. Block. It's annoying, but nothing I can do about it. Spectral Sailor. Borrower bounce. Honk honk you too, Goose. Yeah, I don't think I'd be Sea Dashing. but there's also no reason not to attack with it. Yeah, I won't be sea dashering. Want to hold up Mystical Dispute. Yeah, that's fine. Sea Dasher can just be a normal blocker. Nothing else on 3 that I'd want to counter more than a Legion War Boss. As long as I keep the tokens it makes under control, it's not really a problem itself. Yeah, I'll leave the Trickster back. Offer to trade with the boss. Using Sea Dasher is just a essentially cancel there. Assume they're making more food. Not sure if I'd rather deploy Brazen or use Spectral here. I think I'd rather deploy Brazen because they've got a significantly faster clock than me. Also might just be forced to Mystical Dispute their Umori. You know, dispute while the disputin' is good. Oof, can't even dispute the Umori. They've got our number. Oh, we can 100% and will 100% dispute that then. That one, that ain't happening to us if we can avoid it. Shame about that draw step. So they'll still get it, but by disputing we give them one less trigger this turn, because they won't be able to swing with the goose. And I think that's good enough of a reason for me to want to get that off the board. They hit anyway, but alas, and it's on 3. Pretty sure we have nothing, because this can't block that. Oh well. We tried. Few unfortunate draw steps with the disputes. Coming in late. We could have used our first one earlier, but I think I was right to deploy how I did. Yeah. Okay. Kennerith 2. It's actually one of the better things I've seen them put in, and I hadn't seen it before. Oof. Maybe we'll get another win here. Probably not, though. Alright, this is the best hand I've seen in a while for us to start. Actual way to cast Slitherwisp, Tyrant Scorn, Shark Typhoon Negate, a lot more interaction heavy, which is kind of where we want to be for our best hands. We just get forced into keeping some others because we don't want to go too low on resources. Turn 2, Drowned Catacomb. Nice, even double Slitherwisp. I may or may not just cycle a Shark Typhoon at end of turn, depending on what my opponent does here. I want to be sure to